Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. 30, past the 20, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give, right side. Foreman, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this.
Howard from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. He's checking crowd. Run left.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Point after, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 59 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll go with Foreman. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
To throw on third down. Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Buccaneers 14, Panthers 7.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He completes it to Evans. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's now fourth down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here comes Grant on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Their own 12-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense.
Howard now. From the gun, he'll throw. Big hold of the 30. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Howard to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
You got 3 down.
To throw is Howard. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Howard, operating from the gun. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 2-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run again with Foreman. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Foreman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On 1st down, Foreman. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Howard. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Here's Wilson to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
I got you.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action now. Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Exit.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Again, Wilson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Watch the pass.
Wilson will throw again. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Panthers
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. They'll run on first down. Akers. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you.
2nd and 6. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They start the drive with Matthews. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now this throw caught left side, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up. But relentless, that's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. So we got man.
Howard going to throw again. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. Howard now. From the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember the 4-minute offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to let this. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 54 yards. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Matthews will try and get him in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll come out in the pistol. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
51. I don't think you got it, son. 51 for Mike.
Now Wilson.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bash,
Super toe.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
4th down. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Open man is Howard, the tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll try the right side with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was a Easy chip shot.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Buccaneers, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.